fingers down my spine. Girl, you look mighty fine. Won't you rub your fingers down my spine?
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to be doing a makeup look which I haven't done in ages, so I'm really excited to get started. So today's makeup look is this Peachy Glow. If you want to see how I created this look, then keep watching and I will show you how I done it. Okay, so first I have just gone in with my Clinique Moisture Surge, and basically this is just my favourite moisturiser for every day. So what I've done is I've just gone in, massaged that all around the face. You need to start with a really hydrated base. The other thing you could use is a primer. At the moment I'm just loving using this because it's keeping me really hydrated and I love a dewy look at the moment. So next I'm going in with the TOUCHE ECLAIT foundation. This is in shade BD50. This is one of my favourites. It's a really lightweight foundation. It goes on really nice and dewy and it looks like you've got really flawless skin without it being caked on. So that's my favourite. I'm actually going to go in just to warm it up a little bit because I'm looking quite pale at the moment and I just want to look a little bit warmer and go for this really kind of glowy look. I'm going to use the iconic Illuminator. This is actually their new one in the shade Glow. I am obsessed with adding this into my foundation because it warms it up because as you can see it's super bronzy. Let me give you a little look actually. Yeah, you can see it's super bronzy and just by adding like one drop into my foundation it kind of again adds to that dewy look and just warms everything up. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So I'm just going to go straight on the hand. We're keeping it simple today guys. I've done 2 squirts. Then going in with my iconic Glow, 1 drip in there and a damp beauty blender just to keep it really simple. So I'm just blending that in a little. You don't really need to. Directly onto the face. I just kind of dab it around and hope for the best. No, I just kind of dab it around so it's evenly spread and then you're just going to go in with dabbing motions all over. You can see how much it's warming up the face, but also this is just my favourite foundation. It's just beautiful. I do prefer liquid foundations. If you have really greasy skin, it might be a good shout to go in with maybe a powder or like a mattifying foundation. Okay, so now that is all blended in, I am going to go in to highlight my key areas. I'm not going to go crazy with this guys. I'm just going to do mainly my under eye areas because that is my problem area. I am going in with Select Cover Up from MAC. Again, a very well loved product. Trying to show you the quickest way possible. I am just popping this. You've got to be careful with this because it does squeeze out sometimes. Popping a dollop on the end there. Right there. Again, same damp beauty blender. This device for makeup lovers, when this thing came out, it's like the most multi-purpose product ever. So just blending it under the eyes, and you can see it's quite a yellowy tone. I'm going for that to conceal the under eyes. And I'm just taking it right up to the nose. Again, this will kind of start my nose contour. And pressing out to the edges. Now the reason I take it right the way here is because even though I want to highlight the under eye, and this is to brighten it, I don't want to draw attention to it. I kind of want to make the whole area look bright so that it's not just this one little bit here that you're drawing attention to. And I'm just going to add a little bit more with fingers. Just for extra conceal. It's been a long day. And then I'm just going to run, I've still got a little bit on my finger, so I'm just running it down my nose. You've seen some of my highlight and contour videos, I really go to town with it. You don't need to do that every time, but if you would like a little bit more in-depth kind of version to this look and you really want to go to town with your highlight and contour, I will link the video below so that you can basically highlight and contour at this step, but I'm doing a quicker version today. And this is kind of what I do on a typical day, because sometimes you don't want to look too overdone. Now I've just grabbed my, again, very well loved Sephora contour and highlight stick. What even is this called? I think it's called a duo. Highlight, low light, face, contour duo. Okay. I'm just going to use the darker side, and again, because this is like a little stick, it's so easy to just draw on in the areas that you need it to be. So I'm just going to take a real quick contour. I'm just going to go in on the forehead as well. I'm not even trying to make this tidy, because you don't need to. I keep saying, you know, I do it on purpose to show that it's all about the blending. As long as you put it in the right area, it doesn't matter how neat it is. I'm going to drop mine down a little bit, because you can see that's where my face naturally goes, but you don't have to do that. Now I'm taking the bottom end of my beauty blender now, and literally just dabbing, but going in the direction that you need it to be. So again, from these lines you're going to blend upwards, you're not going to blend downwards. This one you're going to just keep in this kind of area. Hold the hoops. The fishy face is really not necessary, it's just something I like to do. Can you just see how much more definition there is in the face? And I really just want to show you guys how easy it is to do. It's really not that hard. I just look so, I can't take myself seriously with this on my nose. You don't need all the fancy equipment. You can just use some really good staple products that are going to see you through the year. I'm going to start blending this with my finger because I don't want it to go too thick. Touch it up a little bit with, again, a little bit of highlight to go over. It was really messy to start with, but then it blended out and it looked... Rookie mistake, forgot to put the phone on silent. I'm going to go ahead and bake my under eye area. You don't have to bake the face. It also takes away that shine in this area that isn't very desirable, and it just gives a very flawless look. You can skip this step, but I always like to set a little bit for a more flawless look. So I'm just, again, making sure the creases are out of my under eyes. I'm going to go in with my Ben Nye banana powder. It's a loose powder, you can see it in there, and you have to be careful with this. It does go everywhere if you're not careful. And I'm simply going to go in with a little kind of triangle wedge sponge. I'm dabbing the littlest bit on there. Directly under the eye you want to go. Basically the area that you highlighted. If you're going to be doing any sort of heavy lips, or any lips really, and you find that you have a problem with them bleeding, you can also take the excess and go around the lips, because any sort of powder around the lips is going to help it not bleed out. Also, if you get a shiny forehead, just pat a little bit in there. And you are going to leave it on for about 5 minutes. So in the meantime, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my eyebrows. I'm going to go in with my Benefits Highbrow pencil, and I'm just going to take it under the eyebrows. You can do this around the top of the eyebrows as well, actually, just to get that really highlighted look. Some people like to take it a little bit in the middle as well. Don't worry, I'm going to blend it all out. I look a little crazy at the moment. Then I'm going to go in with my Goof Proof pencil in, this is shade number 6, and I'm just going to kind of brush the eyebrows, and I'm literally going to go in and follow them. It's always best to follow your natural shape when it comes to your brows, and I try to not be too heavy with the pencil around the edge. I go really lightly here, and a little bit heavier towards the tail ends because you want them really defined. And then I'm just going to brush it up and do the bottom edge as well. The action of just kind of brushing them through tends to make it look a lot more brush strokey. Brush strokey, is it a word? I'm going with it. So once you've done both sides, you just want to go in with a little brush and blend out that highlight you've put in there. Or to be honest, you can do this with fingertips to make it even easier. You could probably just blend out with your fingertips. Next, I'm going in with my Evo brush. This is a smaller one. I use this for powder sometimes. I'm just going to wipe away that powder. You just want to use like flicking motions. And this is such a thick bristle, it's lovely. It really will blend it in at the same time. Now moving on to eyes, I'm going in with my NARS Mediteranee eyeshadow palette and Sephora. This is a blush called Oh My Gosh. It's actually a blusher, but I'm going to use it across the lids of the eye because I want a really peachy kind of, you know, a peachy glow I'm going for. So I'm taking one of my iconic London brushes and I'm just packing on some colour on the end, and I'm going to just pop that in the middle of the eye. You can see that you don't need much on the brush because of the fact that it's a blusher. It comes out really, really powerful. And you just want to kind of start to blend it out into the crease. I'm not putting too much in the inner corner of the eye because I want a lighter shade there. Now I'm just using a little bit of card, and this is like one of my tricks that I always do to try and get a little bit more of a line. Now I'm not going to go crazy with a sharp line here. I'm just going to hold a little bit of card there, and I'm taking the more orangey shade of that Mediterranean palette, and I'm taking it across the edge in like a cat eye kind of formation and through the arch. Now I'm just going to go in really quickly in a subtle way with an angled brush, and I'm just going to take a little bit of brown and just put it through the crease. Just the teeniest bit, just to add a little bit of dimension. And now just across the eye I'm going in with a little bit of bronzer, just the shade that you would typically use. And I'm just going to run that again through the crease as well, just to blend it out further. And I'm actually going to go a little bit higher as well with that. There is a lighter shade just there. I'm going to go with a fluffy brush and just take that across the brow bone so that there's no sharp line, like literally just taking it across and blending it out. Even the line here, slightly. Also a good tip, if you ever go wrong, just blend out with a lighter shade like this. And I'm going to go with the fingertip right in the corner of the eye with that same shade. And just blend that out even further. I'm just going to go in with a more pencil shaped brush now, with that original kind of blusher colour that I had on the middle of the eye. And just take that under the waterline. So eyeliner time now. I'm going in with Tarteist and this brush. This brush I find so much easier to use. And with Tarteist, all you do is this again, very well loved. You just squeeze it up into this palette here, and then you just dip and go. It's just so easy. Now I'm going to go back in with that Benefit Eyebrow, but I'm going to go on the waterline of my eye. This really makes the eye stand out. Then my favourite They're Real mascara I'm going to add to the eye. I also like to coat the bottom lashes as well. Now I'm going to go in with my iconic London original Illuminator drops, and I'm just going to grab it, that's not the original, I'm just going to grab it straight out and dab it on the areas that I want to highlight. And I'm just going to take my beauty blender and blend this all out. And once it's blended out, you should have a lovely glow. I'm just going to go in with my Iconic London powder palette. I'm just using the darkest shade in the palette. And I'm just going to take it around my forehead just to accentuate the contour a little bit further. And also set the face as well. A little bit on my contoured areas on my cheeks, the jawline and the double chin. Now I'm going in with Dallas by Benefit for the cheeks. And I'm just going to use this as like a bronzer. And it's a really nice kind of shimmery pinky brownie shade. Again, adding to that peachy glow. Then going in with a little bit of blush. Again, going back to that Sephora colour. And that is in Oh My Gosh. So it's kind of kept the same kind of pattern throughout on the eyes and cheeks. I'm going to blend it out with the brush I just used for Dallas. And the reason I pop my illuminator on first is because you blend it out further as you kind of brush everything else in. But you can see the skin has this gorgeous, like flawless, dewy look. I'm going to get a little bit of Gimme Brow by Benefit. And I'm just going to run it through the eyebrows to set the brows and also just give that extra hairy look. Okay, so we're almost done now. I'm going to go in for lips. I'm going to use Spice Lip Liner by MAC. I'm just going to go in and line the lips. I tend to overline ever so slightly and also highlight the Cupid's bow just to make the lips look a little bit bigger, and then just filling out. Then to make my own gloss, what I do is I grab a little bit on my finger of that Illuminator, the original, dab it on the lips, and it just adds a little shimmer to the lips. So guys, this is the completed look. I hope you liked it. This is my version of a peachy glow, and it's so easy to do. You can use a lot of the products that you already have, and it's quite a spring summer look. If there's any more looks that you want to see from me, please do let me know, or just comment on my Instagram pictures of a look I post up, and just let me know you need a tutorial on that, and I will get round to doing them. Thanks for watching guys, bye!